Hello and welcome. I'm Blake with Wilderness is Bliss, and today I am reviewing the Vivobarefoot Magna Trails. Vivobarefoot's a shoe company that specializes in creating what they describe as a natural minimalist shoe. Essentially, they make heelless shoes with zero drop that mimic a barefoot walking style. There's an excellent video on London Real where Kelly Starrett, an expert in mobility and physical fitness, explains to Brian Rose, the host of London Real, the benefits of wearing barefoot style shoes, and really he does a way better job than I'm capable of. I tried to include that clip in this video but got a copyright warning, so go ahead and check that out. It's short and it's definitely worth watching. Kelly Starrett's a very knowledgeable guy, and London Real is excellent if you haven't checked it out before. So I hope you enjoy that and learn as much as I did. Let's talk about the construction of these shoes. The upper portion is made of a water-resistant nylon, which is partly made of recycled materials. That's a pretty cool thing about Vivobarefoot. They use a lot of recycled materials, and a lot of their shoes, including the Magna Trails, are vegan, so there's no actual leather in this shoe. This back here is a faux leather, pleather if you will, and it's held up quite well actually. It also uses what they call a no-sew technology. There's not a lot of seams other than on this sock-like portion at the top, so as you beat up your hiking boots over time, you won't have seams tearing, causing them to break down prematurely. The bottom is a thin but durable rubber gum sole with a 3mm tread. That doesn't sound like a lot, but on dry ground I've always found these to have plenty of tread, but when I've tested them out along a waterway and stepped on wet rocks, this material for the sole is very slick, so I do not recommend wearing them in that type of environment. I have learned the hard way. It can be dangerous for sure. But like I said, for your average hike, the tread on these shoes is excellent and you'll have plenty of traction. Let's talk about durability. I've had these for over 2 years and have hiked more than 150 miles in them. And as you can tell, there's a little bit of wear to the nylon. It's easier to see where the traction has worn down on the red portions of the tread, but these are astonishingly durable. They've held up incredibly well. For the beating that I've put them through, I've hiked in them a lot and in a lot of kind of rough environments, and I anticipate being able to wear them for another 2 to 5 years. Which brings me to the price point. They come in at about $210 depending upon what size you're getting and where you're ordering them from, which is obviously at the more expensive end of the hiking boot spectrum. It's more comparable to the waterproof offerings from companies like Loa, Merrell, or Solomon. So you might ask, is it worth the money at $210? Really, would I buy these again? Well, I look at it two ways. One, we already talked about how I've worn them for more than 2 years and more than 150 miles on the trail, probably significantly more. And I anticipate being able to wear them for more than 5 years at this point, which makes the investment spread out over time pretty reasonable. Two, I found that I really like wearing the barefoot style hiking shoe, barefoot style shoes in general. I found that my feet have gotten stronger over time, and while I used to have pain behind my big toes as I would be hiking, it has completely gone. That is obviously anecdotal, and it's just one person's testimony on that, but I do think that my feet have gotten stronger as a result of wearing this type of shoe. So we've talked about the pros of these shoes. They're very lightweight, very comfortable, and extremely durable. Not to mention, the barefoot style shoe is good for your lower extremities in general. The cons: slippery when wet on the bottom, and they're expensive. Who are these shoes not a great fit for? Obviously, they're not perfect for everyone. I think it goes without saying, if you're only hiking a couple times a year, you do not need to be spending $210 on a pair of hiking shoes. With that said, these are a great fit for some people. Who are these perfect for? Well, if you hike a couple times a month and are very interested in doing whatever you can to improve your health and longevity, then I would strongly consider the Vivobarefoot Magnas. I've had a great experience with them. They're very comfortable, lightweight, durable, and honestly, they're the favorite hiking shoe that I've ever had. So where can you find them? Obviously, you can find them at the Vivobarefoot website, which I have linked in the description below. However, at times they're out of stock, and as I'm filming this right now, they currently are. So you can also find them at Amazon, and depending upon your size, you may have luck finding them on eBay. I've linked all 3 locations in the description below to try and make it easier for you to find a pair if you're interested. The Magna Trails actually aren't my first pair of Vivobarefoots. I've become quite a fan of that company actually. I started off with the Go V2s, which they describe as a desert boot, but I've never worn them in the desert. I wore them when I was going out in the wintertime in Flagstaff and I wanted to keep my feet dry. The other pair that I've had is the Primus Knits. It's actually my most recent pair of Vivos, and they're an everyday athletic shoe. If you're interested in learning more about both of those, I'll be doing reviews in the near future, so go ahead and subscribe to get that content when it comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.